Okay, howdy everyone. My name is Luca Quadrifoglio. I'm a faculty in civil engineering at Texas A&M University. And I like to organize and conduct study abroad since 2015. And I'm here to present an informational session about the spring 2022 program in Rome, which will coincide with the calendar of the regular spring semester at Texas A&M University. So a snapshot of the information that you're going to see in this presentation are in this first slide. Okay, so in addition to the pictures all around, this program is meant to fit primarily civil engineering students. However, every student from the engineering college is also welcome to participate, and depending on the situation, will be more or less easily suitable to join the program. The 2022 program, which will be the third after 2019 and 2020, unfortunately 2021 was canceled due to the COVID pandemic. So the 2022 program will include 6 Texas A&M classes, plus any online classes that you can find and register for, as you will see in the next slide. 4 group weekend trips for technical visit and fun activities, in addition to daily trip activities. 3 to 4 free weekends with a Friday off that you can do whatever you like to do in addition to studying, of course. And 2 long 10-day breaks, okay, 1 for the spring break and 1 for the Easter break. In addition to all that, there is also going to be an optional internship opportunity. So interested students will be able to apply for and join an internship opportunity during the program. A 10-hour survival Italian course, which is be included in the program fee and will help you out getting by in Italy in general. On top of everything else, I like to take the group to group meals. Okay, so either lunch or dinner. More or less every couple of weeks, we gather all together and we meet. We have a social interaction and great food from the typical local restaurant in Rome. And I will do my best to schedule also a visit to a soccer game or the Serie A. You know, in Rome there are 2 major soccer teams, Lazio and Roma, and once the calendar for the championship will be out, we'll figure out a good day to to go all together. The application is not yet up, but it will be soon. For now, I will strongly encourage you, if you are interested, of course, to join the interest list. As you can see, the link in the bottom here. And which is, you don't commit to anything, you're just gonna join the list for further information, updates, and everything else. A little bit more about the location. Okay, so as you can see, a reduced map of the city here, where the center is on top in the red circle. The university that we are going to be partnering with is the Roma Tre University, which is the bottom of the map, where all the classes and academics will happen. Your apartment will be around the green circle, okay, which is approximately 15 minutes by bus, or if you choose so and the weather allows, you can walk about 25-30 minutes to class. It's also fairly close to the center. From your apartment, you can easily walk to the center. From the university, you either take a bus or the subway, which is directly connected with the heart of Rome. In the middle of the red circle, you also see an accent sign. What is accent? Accent is the provider that we are going to rely to for every kind of logistic and organizational activities that will be needed for the program. They have a 30+ year of experience in managing and conducting study abroad. So I'm really happy to work with them. It's an American company based in San Francisco that has several offices around the world, including Rome. And the director of the Rome Center actually is from San Antonio, Texas. So he's always happy to have a Texas A&M student coming to Rome under the Accent organization. Classes, the most important part of the program, of course, as I mentioned earlier, there are going to be 6 classes offered during the program in Rome, okay, which are listed here, Civil Engineering 307, 311, 322, and 349. In addition to that, this year, for the first time, we are also offering MTDE 333, okay, which is the former Engineering 333, very popular class for all engineering students. And a technical elective, which is Geology 320. The geology is very strong in Italy, in particular in Rome. So I pick and choose this class to complete the on-site offer. Among those classes, I will be teaching 3 of them, in particular 322, 349, and 333. And the last 2 I mentioned, 349, 333, will be done or not entirely, but for a good part concurrently. So students will not be able to register for both, either none or one of them only. Okay, so they are mutually exclusive. The other 3 classes will be taught by Italian faculty, but everything will be as if you are in College Station. Okay, the classes follow a Texas A&M syllabus in English, so the format that you are used to. Okay, they are just going to be taught always in English by faculty that we hire from Roma Tre University. Okay, so Italian faculty. However, for you, the classes will be as if you were taking here in College Station. Last but not least, if you are not a civil engineer, depending on your situation and your advisor, of course, we usually the CVEN 302 prereq that you see on the bottom is either waived or subbed by a similar class you took in your department. So there is a little bit more flexibility and accessibility for non-civil engineering students to join these classes. I also want to mention that at least 3 of the classes that we offer on site will be good for credit for the civil engineering for the engineering project manager minor. It's a college-wide minor, and several students in the past programs took advantage of this opportunity. In addition to all this, any online classes that will be offered during the spring will also be available up for grab for you, okay? And several of them are listed here, were chosen in the past, okay? Nobody is really sure exactly which class will be offered next spring. However, I'm sure there are going to be plenty of options for you guys to finish up your semester, in addition to whatever on-site classes you're going to be able to register for. Eligibility, if you are going to be a junior in 2022, a civil engineering junior, you're going to be a perfect candidate. A senior, you still may join, depending on the classes that you still have to take. You might find a solution to join the program. As a sophomore, you can also do that, especially if you are very good and fast in getting rid of the prerequisites for the classes. You might consider and ponder the situation whether it's better for you to come in 2023. However, we are not forbidding you to join as a sophomore as well. If you're not a civil engineering student, as I also mentioned earlier, you only need to find two on-site classes that you need to register for, either as a technical elective or as a substitution for your raw degree plan, or any way that your advisor would agree with you that you can register for 2 classes, or even just an extra class if you want to, plus any of the online classes that are available for grab. Okay, and then it's going to be depending on your situation and your advisor situation. We are not forbidding anyone to apply, and if they find an academic solution, to eventually join the program. Calendar, so you can see on top is a typical week. Classes will be tentatively distributed between Monday and Thursday, with Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, which will be open for either group activities or whatever you want to do as a free time for yourself. The tentative calendar, as you can see on the bottom, is laid out here, where we are planning to arrive in Rome on the 20th, okay, of January 2022. Do some kind of orientation, and then you can see the activity are laid out there. We are going to Florence first, to Umbria, which means Orvieto e Assisi second. Then we have the spring break, and then the third group technical visit is going to be in Pompeii, Sorrento, Capri. Then an Easter break of the Red Box, and then the last group activity will be in Abruzzo in the mountain. And then the finals at the end of the program for all your classes will be pretty much concurrent with the Texas A&M academic calendar. Internship, once again, very briefly, if you are interested, you can apply and you may be selected. You are not going to be working so much, but it's going to be a great experience and also for your CV. Okay, so it's an option that a handful of students in the past took advantage of, and certainly we recommend considering, but it's absolutely optional. Okay, you don't have to do it. It's just an additional opportunity for you guys. Where students stay, most of them decided to stay in shared apartment, okay, in the green box I showed you earlier in the map. However, there is always the option to do a family homestay, okay? And in my past programs, 2 students, 1 per program, decided to do that, and they both like it, but certainly statistically is not as popular as going in a shared apartment. I can say that the family homestay is good because the family will not only involve in the typical Italian, activities if you want to, but they also give you breakfast and dinner included in the fee that you're going to have to pay, which is not as much, but something extra if you decide to go for that option. Costs, okay, the current tentative cost is $8,900. This may fluctuate a little bit depending on the exchange rate, depending how many students eventually will join, but it will be around that figure, which compared to other faculty-led semester programs we have at A&M, as you can see on the top, are way lower, okay, way cheaper. So I'm proud to say that I work very hard to make this happen, despite the great activities we're still going to be doing during the program. Okay, we are not cutting back on activities. Okay, we just find a cheaper way to do it, also with the help of Accent, our provider. Pretty much everything during the program is included. So obviously the housing, the trips, the group meals. I mentioned about once every 2 weeks, more or less. Okay, give and take. The Italian class, transit pass, so you don't have to pay for anything in transportation as long as you stay within the limit of the city of Rome. Everything academic is included as well. What is not included is your regular flat spring flat tuition, your round trip airfare, which, however, will be on the cheaper side because we leave in January, we come back in May, which are both low season. Okay, so usually it's around 900. Again, give and take. I cannot speak for next year, but I expect something similar. And obviously all the personal expenses and the other meals are on. In addition to that, also scholarships are available, and a handful of students took advantage of the available scholarship for that in the past 2 programs, either for need or for merit. And you can have more detailed information by looking at the website on the bottom or by contacting the Halliburton office, which will be providing you more information. Last but not least, in the green box, you see a comparison, which is an approximate calculation of how much students spend if they stay in College Station doing the same, should they stay in College Station doing the same class that they would do in Rome. Well, the difference in cost on average is approximately $4,000. So by choosing to go to this program, you will spend approximately overall $4,000 extra to be in Rome doing a full semester of Texas A&M. Okay, so to me, it's an opportunity that you cannot pass without thinking through it well. Okay, so it's really something, an opportunity that I built for you guys that is unique and something that you don't want to miss, really. Rome, you probably know something about the city, even if you haven't been there. It's a large metropolitan area with 3 million people, more or less. The density is way higher than what we are used to here in the US, especially in College Station. You cannot expect American efficiency. The infrastructure still depend upon centuries or even more millenniums of history in this in Europe in general, but I would say in Rome in particular. However, the beauty and the culture that you will experience will certainly make you forget about potential delays or confusion that you might see randomly around the city. Travel. Okay, the location of Rome is somewhat convenient to be able to reach any other major city in Europe with a direct flight. So what usually students have done in the past is take advantage of their weekends, free weekends, or even the long breaks, open a flight and go anywhere they want, stay 1 or 2 nights, and then enjoy the time there, and then come back ready for class for the next week. I was amazed at how past students took advantage of these opportunities, and I would encourage you, the future student, to do the same, to do likewise. Okay, you won't lose any of the academics. You can certainly finish up your classes by focusing on studying during the week that you are here. So during the class in the morning and in the afternoon for homework or any other activities. And I encourage students to take advantage of the time there to travel. Maybe not every weekend, but certainly a few to take advantage of the opportunity. Some of the pictures, just to finish up the presentation, these are some from Rome. You can see on the bottom also the sea, because if you look at the map, Rome is quite close to the sea and is also reachable with the light rail transit line, which is included in your transit pass. So for free, you can go to the beach as well, especially when the weather is going to go a little bit warmer side, on the warmer side in April and the beginning of May. But even in the winter, if it's sunny, it's very nice to go on the beach, and there are plenty of nice places to visit, even if you don't go in the actual beach. Restaurants and pub and bars. It's really nice. Then a typical location, the Colosseum, the Trevi Fountain, you name it. And then these are pictures from the group weekend. This is actually from Pompeii on the bottom. You see the archaeological site, which we will be visiting again, or Capri and the Amalfi Coast on top. Again, you see the students in the water. Tuscany, which will be likely our first group weekend. Wonderful city, wonderful area. Florence is the capital of the Tuscany, and weather permitting, and assuming that the COVID restriction will not be in place next year, we also organize a wine tour for a half day, which is in the Chianti area, which is usually a great experience for everyone. Abruzzo, the mountain I mentioned, this is not the Alps, it's not the Dolomites, but it's the other mountain range we have in Italy, which is closer to Rome. Is not as tall, not as beautiful as the Alps for sure. However, it's still a very nice place to go, and it's pretty close to reach it. So we are going to go on the top of it, and then we're going to eat in one particular restaurant there in that mountain location, and then you're going to be having free time to do your hiking if you want to walk around, weather permitting, because it's unpredictable up there. We don't know whether the weather will allow us to do that. Once again, free weekend, you can go wherever you like. You see picture here from Venice, Milan, Paris, or Germany. It's really up to you to go wherever you want. And I would like to finish up with some more recommendation. I'm perfectly aware, and at your age, you're focusing on academics, as you should actually, and also you generally are tight on money, right? Because as a student, you don't work, so you have to rely on your parents and so forth. However, you need to think a little bit on the broader horizon, because this is the time of your life that you can do these things. Because later on, when you start working, you will have much more money to play with, but not so much time to play with. So now you do have the time. So I put my effort to make these opportunities as cheap as possible for you guys. And if you do find a way to join, even though there is obviously a price tag, it's something that you will never ever forget. Okay, and in addition to that, it will also be beneficial to your professional careers. Classes will be just as if you were doing college station, so you are not losing any time academic. Okay? The classes will be the same. Okay, maybe you need to rearrange a little bit your plan to fit the classes in the program, but you are not going to lose a semester or anything like that. In addition to that, your experience will give you a lot of self-confidence, because you go outside of your box. And this is something that the future employer will also look for and like a lot. Talking with my past students that, they came with me in the past 2 programs I did in Rome, I really keep hearing, whenever I do an interview, we always talk about my abroad experience, which shine on my CV, and it's really something that they like and they look for. Okay, because it's a testimony of you being able to think outside the box, to take some risk, to do some bold activity, and to just open up to different culture and being open-minded. In the blue text at the bottom, you see a nice note from Diana, which was a participant of my very first semester program in Rome. And, I'm really happy that I get these notes. And last but not least, please do not be the next statistic. If you look at the statistic of college student after they graduate, one of the biggest regrets is not having participated in the study abroad. So you don't want to come to my study abroad, that's fine. Just consider another opportunity similar to mine that will give you the experience that you will remember for a lifetime. Very quickly, some urban legend. You don't really need Italian to go. Of course, it would help, but certainly, you just with English, you will get by, maybe a little slower, but certainly it's not going to prevent you from doing any kind of activity. It's a touristic city, so they all need to somehow know English a little bit. Remove from your mind and from your parents' mind that Rome is a dangerous place, or Italy in general, because it's absolutely not true. Okay, while nobody can say that the risk is zero, I can say for certain that the risk is no higher than whatever you experience here in College Station, or even lower, I would say. Even if you don't know anyone, that's actually would be a great chance to go and meet some new friend. And I can tell you once again, even now, that the groups that came with me in the past program, they still mingle together, they stick together, they are longtime friends, and something like that will happen to you as well, I'm sure. You know me, so there is no excuse. Some students assume that you have to be recommended by some professor to come. You don't really need that. You just have to apply, and then you will likely be accepted among the program roster. Thank you very much. Last contact information slide. That's me on the top, and then the Halliburton Engineering Program email after my name, and then you have the link for this presentation. If you want to have a PDF of it, just click on that link, and then a few very nice video done by the past student that I would strongly recommend you to take a look at. Okay, and you can easily click on them. They're available on the web, and they will give you an idea of what the other students were able to do during my programs. In addition to the promotional video from Accent, okay, which will be once again our provider during the program. Thank you very much. Please do contact me with any further question. My email is in this last slide, and I'm always very happy to give you more answer to your question and any other information you might need. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in the roster and in Rome next.